Hey, what's up, everyone? Today we're doing something special for Spoopy-tober. Spooptober. YouTube exclusive. But we are ranking Halloween movies, if you will, today on a tier list. Whoa, Ted, you haven't done a tier list in a long fucking time. Well, you know what? It's high time we do it today. Fuck. Let's think outside the box of tier lists. Come on. All right. Let's get right into it, okay? All right. Okay, as you can see, we have a valid amount of Halloween movies, okay? And we're going to rank them, and this is my fucking opinion. I know there's a lot of people, and I have a lot of friends that are like, dude, they're very specific about their Halloween movies, but I'm going to go off of what has made an impress in my life and what has made an impact on my life, okay? So let's get right into it. Starting off, oh my fucking God, Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters 1, dude. I'm not going to lie to you. I saw the second one first, and I thought it was great. As far as Ghostbusters 1 goes, I think it's a classic, but, you know, I don't think about it every Halloween. You know, I have my list of movies, which are here. I want to put that in a solid B tier, okay? Ghostbusters 2, man. I thought this... You can beat me up all you want. I thought this was better than the first one, dude. I don't know why. I just, you know, Sigourney Weaver was in it, and I just thought there was more... I thought they knew what they were doing more in production and shit like that. I'm going to give that one an A tier, okay? Hocus Pocus. Damn. I recently watched the second one, and it fucking sucked dick. It sucked donkey's donk dick, okay? As far as the first one went, I didn't really grow up with this as a child. I kind of didn't discover this until my teen years. I think I'm going to put it... I'm honestly going to put it C. Sorry, you Hocus Pocus fanatics. We don't even have to question this. Are you serious? That is the number one spot. Honestly, it's probably going to reign superior to any other fucking Halloween movie that exists and any Christmas movie that exists. All right, what is this? I don't know what this... Oh, the Ghostbusters. Oh, my... Is this the one with the females? I'm sorry, it was poorly executed. There was a lot of moments where I just was like, and it's not because I grew up on Ghostbusters as a kid. It was because going into it open-minded and kind of looking at a different perspective, you know what I mean? I thought that this new Ghostbusters was lackluster in not only in like spooky points. It felt like I was expecting a comedy, which, yes, I get that a lot of people were, but like it also the original Ghostbusters were comedic and spooky at the same time, but you also know what to expect out of something like Slimer coming in and shit like that. That did not carry the weight. There was a standard that Ghostbusters set, and I may sound condescending and contradicting right now, but either way, this didn't meet the standards. Coraline S Tier. Oh my God, dude. I mean, you know, and me being kind of an arachnophobic. No, I'm definitely arachnophobic, and having the mother being depicted that way could have made me put this way lower than it was, but the whole way it came together at the end, and I've seen this movie hundreds of times. Oh my God, it's God tier. It's S tier. I'm sorry. Corpse Bride. It's gonna have to. Corpse Bride is. Come on, the music, the animation. You know, Helena Bonham Carter and Johnny Depp. This was kind of the pinnacle of their chemistry together. You know what I mean? I'm surprised they never got married. You know what I mean? But here we are. Corpse Bride is. I'm literally gonna get a tattoo of it. I've already got a Tim Burton, Alice in Wonderland tattoo. I should have got that one first. You know what I mean? It's just, it's classic. It's also, I mean, I can show it to my kids and they'd probably think it's great too. Halloweentown. I wasn't too familiar with this. It was a little bit more watered down, but also appealing to the family-friendly aspect. I honestly would say it's a B tier. It's not bad. It's there. Halloweentown, on the other hand, no, not in a D. C. It kind of sat on the same level as Hocus Pocus. You know what I mean? It was not as captivating as the first, and the first wasn't even, to say the least, captivating. Frankenweenie. Now, if it's my understanding, this is a remake done by Tim Burton and different studios behind it. It was okay. It wasn't the best. I felt pretty underwhelmed watching this. I'm gonna give it a B tier. Actually, it's gonna go ahead of those two, but yeah, it's a B tier for me. I'm kind of feeling the same way about Paranorman, and honestly, Paranorman can sit right behind Frankenweenie. No, just it was a good concept. It was good. It was a good thing to watch, like when it's like a cold October night, you're lighting a couple candles, like pumpkin spice candles, throwing back a couple of pumpkin spice beers or whatever. These two movies, Frankenweenie, Paranorman, and even Halloweentown and Halloweentown 2 were good. But it just didn't add up to where we're sitting at with A tier and S tier. Okay. Haunted Mansion, I'm going to give it a D tier, man. I didn't care for it. It didn't sit well with me. Goosebumps with Jack Black. Now, as much as I'd love to give this a higher tier because Jack Black was in it, he came out with a movie shortly after with the clocks in the wall or some shit like that, and it gave off the same vibe. And I felt like this was just a cookie cutter thing. Now, did I enjoy it? Absolutely, I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. Because I did grow up reading R.L. Stein's Goosebumps novels, just to get that thrill. But if you want my honest opinion, man, I'll give it a. You know what? I'll give it a B above Halloweentown. It was okay. This Goosebumps. I actually don't know what this Goosebumps is, so I'm not gonna rate it. Addams Family, A tier. Classic, just classic. Like the whole Addams Family thing is just classic. You know what I mean? I grew up watching the old shit. I remember watching it as a kid and getting nightmares about the hand thing. Oh my God, did I have nightmares about the hand thing after I watched Addams Family? But I woke up and I'm like, this isn't reality. Addams, what is this? I can't tell what this is. Addams Family something. I can't tell what it is. What is this? I can't tell what that is either. I can't tell what that is. So I'm sorry I can't judge these three. I can't. Either I haven't seen them or I don't know. I guess I'm not a Halloween expert. Casper, the original Casper. I remember laughing, getting spooked, and everything in between. There was a scene where the three cousin ghosts were eating, and they were eating like chicken wings, and the chicken wings were falling through them. And the fatter ghost got pissed off at the skinnier ghost, Stinky, I think his name was, or the skinnier, long-nosed ghost, and he just smacks him in the face with a book or a boot or some shit, and me and my sisters laughed. But at the same time, this kind of introduced me to the Tim Burton world. And I even watched this as an adult like a couple years ago. I mean, it's on my list to watch every year. I'm gonna give it an A. I'm gonna give it an A above everything else. Above this, it was good. It was fucking good. What is this one? Something House, Monster House. Oh yeah, Monster House. Okay, Monster House was decent. I kind of was shrugging it aside at first because I'm like, it's like any other fucking Halloween movie. You know what? I'm gonna put it right behind Paranorman. It's all right. It's okay. Hotel Transylvania, I fucking loved. I actually loved this movie. The first one was the first of its kind, and it sucks that they milked it for so long. I'm gonna give it an A, right behind Addams Family. Hotel Transylvania, not as good. That's gonna go in a C, dude. It was not as good. Hotel Transylvania 3, that can drop even lower. It was not good. Why is Toy Story Terror in this? I've watched it with my kids, but no, dude, no. It wasn't good. Disney's attempts at like throwing their major Pixar franchises into a spooky setting, to me, it's just not good. Maybe I'm going into it with a closed mind sometimes, expecting shit, but no. The Great Pumpkin is absolutely an S tier, man. I mean, I don't think I even would have understood the fundamentals. Bleh. Very articulate today, aren't I? I wouldn't have understood the fundamentals of Halloween if it wasn't for this movie. As much as my parents want to explain everything that happens during Halloween, you don't understand. But the only thing is, as a kid, you're like, when's the Great Pumpkin gonna come? You know what I mean? And everyone's like, it's just a show. Practical Magic. Very forgettable to me. I'm going to put that in D. But that will be a higher D than all these. In fact, I've probably only seen this movie a few times. And Beetlejuice, Jesus fucking Christ. That's exactly where I actually was Beetlejuice, and I wish I can pull up a picture. It's lost in MySpace history, but I played Beetlejuice, or I dressed up as Beetlejuice 3 times in a row, 3 years in a row. I used to work at Forever 21, so they would have all the striped shit, and just because it was in style. But little did they know, I found the jacket, the pants, the boots, and I got the hair at a Halloween costume shop. Maybe it was Spirit Halloween. But it was not hard to find the ensemble for Beetlejuice. And I was a crowd favorite, dude. I was a crowd favorite. We had a fashion show at Forever 21 the first Halloween I worked there. And I fucking won it. Rightfully so, dude. My face was painted and everything. This was before I can grow a beard too, by the way. Edward Scissorhands. Jesus Christ, this is hard to put this. This is a fucking classic, man. But does it go before Beetlejuice? I say so. I'd say it would go in this order. Nightmare Before Christmas, Corpse Bride, Edward Scissorhands. Do you see the pattern here? Do I favor Tim Burton? Fuck yeah, he was one of my biggest influences in life growing up as a kid. But I'm looking at an unbiased perspective in everybody else's eyes. Like, these movies are always top trending on any platform, any streaming platform that comes out every fucking year because they're good. Bottom line. Okay, Sleepy Hollow is also really fucking good, dude. I'm being so selfish here, I feel like, but okay, yeah, it goes right here. It goes right there. It's the classic story about Ichabod Crane. I mean, the first time I saw any iteration of this was there was a show when I was a kid on public television called Wishbone, and Wishbone had a rendition of Sleepy Hollow. And Wishbone, the dog itself, played Ichabod Crane. And I was obsessed with the story ever since. And I kind of went out of my way to try and find the story. As a kid, you can't read stories like this without your parents raising a red flag. So as an adult, when I saw this, well, even not as an adult, I think I was like 19, 18 years old when I discovered this movie, and I thought this was a perfectly rendition. You got Johnny Depp as Ichabod Crane, and you got Christina Ricci, and a lot of actors from Harry Potter were in this movie first. Before Harry Potter. No, well, maybe Harry Potter was out before this, but either way, it was perfectly executed. The budget was a little bit lower, but there you have it. Shaun of the Dead. Yeah, Shaun of the Dead is up there with me, man. These two, what's their name? I can't remember their name now. Simon and the other guy's name. They were doing something called Hot Fuzz. So I watched Hot Fuzz, and then I heard they came out with the Shaun of the Dead, which is a humorous or a hilarious take on Dawn of the Dead. So I watched this movie first, and I thought it was amazing. I thought it was amazing, dude. Classic, top of the line. And then I went back and watched Dawn of the Dead, and Dawn of the Dead, it was okay. And I'm surprised it's not on this list right here, but you know how you have like that reverse factor where you like see a parody first and then you go back to the original? You don't think the original is as good as like the parody? That's how I felt about this movie. In my mind, this was the original. You know what I mean? But anyways, The Craft. I actually didn't see The Craft till like 2015. The girl from the lead girl in Waterboy was in this. That's all I knew. This was kind of forgettable about me. I don't really remember much about this. I've watched it twice. I'm going to give it a C tier because I did remember enjoying it, but I just don't remember. Like, it's just a forgettable thing. It kind of exits your mind, you know. That's the thing about, like Halloween movies and Christmas movies growing up. You got those ones that stick in your mind, but you got the ones that you learn about later that's been out for years, and you're like, well, I probably should have done my research as a kid, but what can you do? Scream was good, dude. Actually, Scream was really good. I'm gonna put that in the A tier. Honestly, Scream 2 is gonna go in the A tier too. They were both directed by the same director, I believe. Halloween 1. I thought it was great. I thought it was a fucking masterpiece. With that being said, it's not something I watch every year, but it'll go up here. You know what? I'm gonna put it behind Casper. It was kind of that threshold between going through family-friendly horror to like actual horror. You know what I mean? Which is kind of confusing. This list is a little inconsistent, but what can you do? Paranormal Activity. This came out when I was young, late middle school, early high school. There was a lot of this like set the meme bar for horror shit. I actually snuck into the theaters and watched this with an old girlfriend of mine, and I thought it was cliche. I'm going to give it actually, it doesn't even deserve to go above Halloweentown. I'm going to give it a B, man. It was one of those first, like, psychological shit, but then it crossed over into, like, actual gore at the end. Poltergeist, classic. That's going to go right there in A tier. Poltergeist is a classic. All right, at the very, 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 very end, and I said again, I apologize. I haven't seen Goosebumps 2. I haven't seen this Addams Family thing. I haven't seen. Oh, this is the Addams Family animated. I have not seen it. I haven't seen it. Okay, now that I identified that, Young Frankenstein. It's gonna go right there. Dude. It's a class, and I'm not gonna lie to you. Growing up, what's his face? What's his name? The guy who was Willy Wonka, Gene Wilder, was one of my favorite actors as a kid. I gravitated to him immediately. So to see this movie, to see the comedic and like put it on the Ritz and everything in between, I fucking was attracted to it a lot. And I saw this much younger than I've seen probably most of these movies, with the exception of Nightmare Before Christmas. But you know, I still don't watch it every year, and these ones, they just do it for me. I watch Nightmare Before Christmas, Corpse Bride, Edward Scissorhands, Beetlejuice, Sleepy Hollow, Shaun of the Dead, and Coraline every single fucking year. And once in a while, these last three will be sprinkled and peppered in between. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's my tier list, dude. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't fucking rip my head off, but I mean, I think this is valid. This is valid in my opinion. I love you. Happy Halloween. Take care, and bye-bye.